I got 2 grand.
Oh my God.
2 grand. If you can prove to me right now a credit bureau exists, I give it to you.
Well, let's pull up TransUnion. Let's put up. I mean, they exist. I mean.
Are you sure?
Okay, I want to hear your point though. I want to hear your point, yo, because I don't want to look crazy.
I got 2 grand right here. Are you willing to match my 2 grand?
It's getting spicy.
It's getting
spicy.
Woo! We might have to edit this part. I'm sweating right now, guys.
Somebody about to come up.
Okay, you know what? You know what? I am a betting man, but for some reason you have something up your sleeve, man. You have something up your sleeve.
I'm just saying, I'm willing to put a $2,000 right now that there is no such thing as a credit bureau.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. 15 USC 1681A.
Okay.
So let's get that on the screen.
Let's get that again. Say it one more time. 15
USC 1681A.
1681A. Let's get that up there.
It should bring us to the definitions and rules of
Definition
construct.
and rules of construction.
Perfect.
All right. Let's break that up. Let's make that a little bigger.
Yep,
There
let's
we go.
scroll down to number 2, exclusions.
All right. Boom. There we go. Right there.
All right.
Okay.
I want you to read that for me.
All right. Number 2. Except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include.
All right. Now, I want you to click on the word consumer report because we need to know what definitions mean, right?
Let's hyperlink the consumer report. Okay.
Yep, just click on it. It's going to give us a definition.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got, man. Okay. Definition consumer report. The term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing a consumer's creditworthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part of the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing the consumer's eligibility for A, credit or insurance to be used primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, B, employment purposes, or finally, C, any other purpose authorized under 1681B of this rule.
Now, in the definition of what your consumer report is, did you see a FICO score or a Vantage score in the definition of what Congress says your consumer report is?
But no.
Right.
Okay, but I have a little challenge on that, though.
You want to challenge the law? Go ahead.
But FICO, and
It is written.
he has that divine voice. It's like, it is written. Yeah, you're right. But let me ask you a question. If I'm not mistaken, because the credit reporting agencies, that's an institution.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, the FICO and Vantage, they're unrelated. Well, they're separate institutions, right? So
you're gonna get it when the light bulb goes off.
Okay,
You're on the path. Good.
right.
So no, go back. Yeah. So no, I want you to reread number 2.
Okay. Except it provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include.
Does not include. We know what a consumer report is now, right?
Right.
Based on
After
the
the
definition.
definition we just
and
read.
the law says, except as provided in paragraph 2, the term consumer report does not include. So is it fair to say that everything now that's going to come is not included in the consumer report?
Or shouldn't be
It
included.
should not be in there.
Based on this law here.
That's what it says. Does not include.
Right. Okay.
Is
So
that
we're-
fair? Is that
That's
fair?
fair, yeah, because
All
we're
right.
about to read it now.
All
then.
right. So
I
what
can
does
say
it
that.
say is not in there?
All right. So we're going to read A.
A1.
A1. Report containing information solely as to transaction or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report.
So that's how a regular person would read it. So we're going to go back again and we're going to read it how I read it.
Okay.
Read A1 again.
Report containing information solely as to transactions. Right.
Well, what is your payment history? Isn't your payment history a history of all your transactions?
Well, of course, right. On the surface, of course, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Now, it says, or experience. If you have a line of credit for $10,000 and you are using that line of credit at any given time, the amount you use, isn't that your experience between you, the consumer,
And
the
that
line of
creditor.
credit with the creditor?
Right.
So I want you to reread that again now.
So, report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences, the two examples you mentioned, between the consumer and the person making the report.
Click on the word person. What do you think the word person means?
The second one, no, the on A. Yeah, that one. I'm assuming they're referencing the Consumer Reporting Agency.
Listen what the
The
word
term person means any individual, partnership, corporation, trust, estate, cooperative, association, government, or governmental subdivision, or agency, or other entity.
So we
that's
know
a catch-all
Fargo
phrase
is a
right
person.
there. Yeah,
We know Bank of America is a person. We know all these corporations are persons.
right.
So now let's go back.
So report containing information solely as it or
Now let's read it from the top now. Read from number 2.
Okay, let's pull it. Okay, so number 2, except as provided in paragraph 3. I'm learning here, guys. I'm getting educated here. The term consumer report does not include
A1.
A1, report containing information solely as to the transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person, which can be entities
Correct.
making the report.
So if your transactions and your experiences are not included on your consumer report, where does a late payment come from? If your transaction history is not a part of your consumer report.
So what is that's crazy then? So wait a minute. Because so based on this approach, you actually have gotten results and
100%. I'm not going to sit here and speak if I'm not getting results from what I'm telling you.
this is crazy.
See, factors of FICO, a technology software company, isn't law. Factors of FICO are only factors of FICO. Payment history, utilization, length of credit history, mixture of credit and new credit. Those are FICO factors. It has nothing to do with your consumer report. Your consumer report and your FICO factors are
Two
separate things.
Right.
Your FICO cannot exist without information from your consumer report. Your consumer report exists without a FICO score. That is why when you go to annualcreditreport.com and you
get the
pull it, you
report,
get the report
not
with
the
no
score.
score.
Right.
The score is irrelevant because it is not a part of the consumer report. Those factors of FICO has nothing to do with your consumer report. If you let those payment history and experience gets reported, now we have late payments, now we have utilization. But the law says 15 USC 1681A 2A1, under the exclusion section, it says, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include reports
Containing information.
containing
Right.
information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report.
Heavy, bro.
Where did the late payment come from?
You know, if this was more widespread, it would rock the
Change the
financial
game.
change the game.
You know how many late payments we get deleted? You have people sending in goodwill letter. What the hell is a goodwill letter? Like, that shit needs to be burnt up and thrown in the trash.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you brought up a good point. But the goodwill letter is a staple in the approach in the credit repair industry.
And what are you saying? Oh, I'm sorry for being late. My dog got sick. I am very responsible. Look at last year's payment history. I had a stellar. What the? What, like,
We're about to get him out of character here, y'all.
we have the power to control the report. Why are you groveling and begging a corporation to delete a late payment that shouldn't even be
Been
there
there in the first place.
Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed because of a lack of information.
So essentially, your credit report should only have information that you allow it to be on there.
Correct. You control the report. It is not like they told you, oh, we have a right to report it. Which law says you have a right to report any information? Show me the law. There is none. The law says, pull up 15 USC.
Interesting.
Pull up 15 USC 6802. I'm gonna close off soon because
you rolling, man. Listen, boy, he's like a freight train coming down the hill right now. Come on.
So pull up 15 USC 6801.
Let's do it.
6801 first.
So 15 USC
6801.
6801. 6801. No, 68. Yeah, take the one out. 6801. There you go. 0. No, you missed the 0.
6801.
01. Yeah. Well, I know it's Friday now. Checks ain't cash yet. There we go. All right. Protection of what we got? Protection of non-public personal information.
Go ahead. I'm telling you, bro.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first paragraph here.
It's not long. It's
Okay.
very quick.
It is the policy of the Congress of each financial institution. Wait, no. It is the policy of the Congress that each financial institution has an affirmative and continuing obligation to respect the privacy. Respect the privacy and an obligation.
They have an obligation to respect your privacy. But continue.
Of its customers and to protect the security and confidentiality, you said it earlier, of those consumers' non-public personal information. So the key factor is the information reporting on your credit is considered confidential. Therefore, it kicks in this law here where, again, the Congress is saying each financial institution
all
should
those
not
data breaches, lawsuit. This is the section that gives you the right to get paid. But continue.
Okay, hold on, man. All right, hold on, man. Let me get my lawyer on speed dial right now, In furtherance of the policy in subsection A, each agency or authority described in section 6805A of this title, other than the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, shall, which is very important, shall establish appropriate standards for the financial institutions subject to their jurisdiction relating to the administrative, technical, and physical safeguards.
Safeguards. So when T-Mobile had that breach, there's a reason why consumers are getting paid out. And because they don't know that this law was breached, they'll take, if you get a different lawyer and go sue now under this section, you can run up your whole bag. But continue.
What? Matter of fact, even the consumer reporting agencies got data breaches as well too.
But
let's keep.
Did you finish?
No, there's 3 more.
Okay.
Number 1, to ensure, which is the physical safeguards. Number 1, to ensure the security and confidentiality of consumer records and information. Big one right there. Big one. Okay. Number 2, to protect against anticipated threats or hazards to the security or integrity of such accuracy. Of such records, I'm sorry.
Those are the hackers.
Right. And number 3, to protect against unauthorized access to or use of such records or information which could result in the substantial harm or inconvenience to any customer.
Permissible purpose.
Which you say that word, you mentioned that word.
B2.
What, matter of fact, before we get breaking that, if you could share with everybody what does actually the term permissible purpose means, because in a lot of your videos, which a lot of the audience is going to see, you use that term a lot.
All right. So I'm going to come back to it, right? Do not forget it.
Okay.
We're going to go to 6802, and then we're going to go back to permissible purpose.
Okay.
I'm going to tie it all in.
All right. Okay.
So now we're going to go to 15 USC 6802. This is where now I'm going to prove to you that no company has a right to report your information.
Whoa. Yeah. Hold on, bro. Listen, man. Today's Friday. Who you tell me? Come on, man. What we got? What do you mean?
So
what's the point? What's the point of having a credit report and credit consumer agencies if they can't report nothing?
Because the consumer controls what gets reported. It's all the consumer. You control everything. But because we've been misguided, miseducated, that the banks can report it by law, what law says that? None.
This is a game changer. This is a game changer I'm learning right here, bro.
Yo, so
Show
wait,
me the law right now that
so
says
saying somebody can have, and I just want a little bit of clarity for people watching and listening.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So somebody can have bankruptcies on their joint, late payments,
repos,
and get access to the information that you teaching, that you sharing, and they can get all that stuff removed?
Absolutely yes, in all caps.
Ooh.
And how much time is that taking for them to do all that?
See, now I can't make promises.
Right, because
Kroll,
the
everyone's
DNA,
different.
right,
Everybody's
right,
different.
Yep.
right.
But people, the sooner you start, the sooner you'll see results.
That's a great answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Right.
So wait,
Right.
highlight that.
Yeah, honestly, this right here,
What gets removed?
it's astonishing.
What gets removed?
Everything.
I seen something the other day. This dude was talking about he was able to get his child support removed.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
easy.
Easy.
Crazy.
Child support is fraud anyway, but
Yeah, it is. That's crazy though.
Well, but a lot of single fathers about to hit you up right now. Like, yo.
so 15 USC 6802.
Let's pull up 15
USC 6802.
6802. 6802. Oh, so just put the 2 there.
Yep.
There you go. Boom.
All right.
Obligations with respect. Let me see the title.
Hold on,
Let me read
hold
the
on,
title.
hold on.
Okay.
My students do not. I know I'm giving away a lot of sauce.
Yeah, they
Do not-
go to drop the comments
Oh
right
my
now. I can see the
God,
comments about to
like,
come out fire.
I shouldn't be giving y'all this information, but however, like I'll make it up to y'all. I'll make it up to y'all.
All right,
I'll
let's
make
do
up
it.
to
Let's
y'all.
do it. All right, let's give the people what they
All right,
want
let's get
now.
it.
Let's give it to them.
Let's
All
get
right,
it.
come on. All right, obligations with respect to disclosure of personal information. So we're about to discuss how institutions should not have the right to report information on your credit. Let's talk about this. Okay, good. Except as otherwise provided in this subchapter, a financial institution may not directly or through any affiliate disclose to a non-affiliated third party any non-public personal information unless such financial institution provides or has provided to the customer a notice. Go down a little bit. No. Go up a little more. A notice that complies with section 6803 of this title. Wow.
Right. So
from what I'm hearing
Let's
here,
go to
just
B
face
now.
okay.
we're gonna take it back. We're gonna dissect it because I like breaking it apart.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Go down to B.
Go to B. Okay.
Well, what does that say?
Number one, a financial
No,
institution.
before that, what does B itself says?
Opt out.
Opt out. What does it mean to opt out?
To opt out of something, right?
Right.
Okay.
Very good. I just
All
wanted
right.
to establish that fact.
Okay.
All right. Let's
All
go.
right. So now we're reading one, which is the general. Okay. A financial institution may not disclose public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless, go ahead, here's the conditions. A, such financial institution.
Before we get to A, we gotta dissect what you just read.
Okay.
So we know that Truist Bank, right? They own Lightstream and SunTrust.
Yes.
Those are
Affiliates.
affiliates because they're affiliated by common interest ownership,
Right.
right? Truist Bank doesn't own Equifax. Truist Bank doesn't own Experian. Truist Bank doesn't own TransUnion.
Right.
They are non-affiliated. Lightstream and SunTrust are affiliated by ownership and common interest.
Of Truist Bank.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
So they can share information amongst each other all they want. A non-affiliated third party is a consumer reporting agency.
Wow. So Truist, Lightstream, and any of the subsidiaries, SunTrust, like the example, they have no legal right to share any of your information or experiences with the consumer reporting agency.
Unless they gave the consumer the disclosures you're about to read. It's right there.
We're about to. Okay.
So what's the first disclosure that must be given?
First disclosure. Such financial institution clearly and conspicuously.
Clearly and conspicuously.
Right. Discloses to the consumer, so it must be plain, in writing or in electronic form or other form permitted by the regulations prescribed under section 6804 of this section, that such information may be disclosed to such third party.
Now, I want you to think about something. When you got your car, right?
Right?
Did that institution tell you that we're about to disclose your information?
Nobody does. Like,
Go to the next one.
Right, okay. B, the consumer is giving the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information not be disclosed to such third party.
Right. Now, when they gave you the car, they should have always said, hey, we're going to report your information. And if you decide that you don't want your information reported, this is what you need to do.
Or give you an option to opt out and not
That's why this section is called opt out. And what is the third thing that they must give you?
Third, the consumer is giving an explanation of how the consumer can exercise that non-disclosure option.
So if you decide, no, I don't want this information reported, they need to now tell you what you need to do not to have this information reported. So if the law says you have the right to opt out of having your information reported, how are these banks telling you that we're required to report your information by law? That is a lie. The law proves that they must give you 3 disclosures before they can even attempt to report your information.
But we're going from mortgages to to car loans to credit cards to hard money lending. Who does any of this?
That's my point. Why you think I can confidently put $2,000 here and says that I can show you how to delete anything, or I can prove to you that these things exist?
Y'all know rarely I'm quiet. Y'all, I talk my shit, but when he got me quiet right now. He got me quiet. I can't argue. I cannot argue the facts and the laws that's being shown here, guys. And I hope everybody's really tuned into this, because I could tell you I'm tapping into this right now. But so I have so many follow-up questions because you're telling me in a way you could DIY your own credit report.
That's why I teach it.
You could DIY,
That's
right?
why I teach it.
So in other words, doesn't matter if you're a college student just entering the credit world, or you're somebody that's 70, 80, you about to
or
hit
even a credit repair business owner. It doesn't matter who you are. Learn the stuff and go be great.
Everybody should be great.
Come
then
on, bro.
Nobody should have bad credit, essentially, because you can control what goes in and what comes off.
Control everything.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So okay. Now we're gonna get a lot of activity on this episode here, right? A lot of activity. So I want to highlight the point we made before this: permissible purpose, because this ties into controlling your credit report. Because just permissible purpose, I'm hearing that word. I'm saying, okay, what you are allowing, permissible purpose, right?
We go back to 15 USC 1681B.
Okay, 1681B. Bring up 1681. Yeah. So far we've learned institutions does not have the right protection of non-public.
1681.
1681. They ready to get up out of here. Cinco de Mayo was last week, boy. Yeah.
1681B, right? 1681.
We at 1681.
So just put a B at the end of it.
81.
And then B.
And then a B.
B.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Boom.
Got it. Permissible purpose of consumer reports.
Go down to B2.
So you don't even call them credit reports. You by this definition, you call them consumer reports.
It's what they have. Why would I want to make up my own words if Congress tells us what they are, who they are, what we should do?
And first of all, by the way, what are we watching here? These are actual laws written by Congress. This
Correct.
is not.
Go look them up.
This is actual laws here. I
didn't write them. I wish I did.
All right. I just want to make sure the source of where we getting this from.
Everybody can go fact check. This is why I give sources. And if you have people right now that's teaching you and they cannot give you any source, I'll just be weary of the information.
Understood.
I'll be weary.
Understood.
Why is where you're getting your information from a secret? It's not a secret. Go and look it up. It's right there.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into this permissible purpose right here, because this right here, I know this is going to be if you could let's scroll
back up.
Scroll back up a little bit.
Let's scroll back up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
So go ahead.
So now we're going to talk.
I'm going to give you this.
Let me get this one. Let me get,
section.
come
Go
on,
ahead.
man. Let me get a little shine up in here now. You feel me? So, subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other.
What does number 2 say?
Number 2 say, in accordance with the written instructions of the consumer to whom it relates.
Do you remember when we read 6801? What was the last thing under 6801?
That they have the opportunity to opt out?
That's 6802.
Okay.
6801, when it spoke about your permission and they cannot use it without permission from the consumer.
So this further elaborates on that.
The laws work together.
How long? Which, by the way, quickly, how long ago these laws were written?
They've been written a minute, back in the 80s, 70s.
So they're
But
ingrained.
This section, this permissible purpose section, was updated July of last year.
Oh, so this is
No. So
this is
been
concrete.
There.
Yeah.
It's been there, but
Right.
there was a recent update because consumer reporting agencies were giving out consumer reports to come. This is a whole nother class, bro. I just did a 3-hour class on permissible purpose alone and the new law and the interpretation coming directly from the CFPB.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever gotten pushback from the credit bureaus
Oh,
in
they can
regards
they
to
do. They do push back. Because, see, they test to see if this is just a template offline. See, what a lot of people do, they'll get a template and then they'll send it. But then the consumer reporting agencies give them a rebuttal and they don't know how to build a part 2 letter. That's the... people will get templates, but then when the rebuttal comes, they don't know how to build
respond to it.
And that is why they don't get results. They don't know how to build part 2 and part 3.
So permissible purpose, as to tie it up, is basically you as an end consumer giving that institution.
It must be written. What happens when you go to a car dealership?
You go to buy a car and things like that.
You give one person permission, but then you had 15 inquiries.
Facts.
It's called identity theft, aggravated identity theft. Because someone without your written permission just use an identification of you knowingly without a permissible purpose.
Ooh.
This show can go on for
This
hours.
can go,
bruh.
listen. You know what? But you know what? In fairness to your students in the community, listen, guys, if you want to get these gems, you got to pay for it. Tap in with Durain and join his class, join his university. All of the links, information will be in the bio,
I
right?
even got something for your audience
Yeah,
too.
no, you
'Cause
got-
Matter of fact, yeah, it's good.
If they
Okay.
stayed till the end,
You
I
stay
think
with
they
something.
deserve something. So this is what I'm going to do. You can test me out, right?
Let's do
They
it.
can test me out. So
Okay.
I'm giving access to my 30-day course, right? That course is valued at $1,497. That's $1,497. And 2 of my ebooks that are like probably $300 together. So that's like $1,800.
Okay.
For $47, they can get it, right? Whole 30 days, everything, right?
Okay.
The 2 ebooks for $47. All they got to do is text the word credit to 917-993-5238.
One more time.
So all they got to do is text the word credit to 917-993-5238. And the reason why I'm not giving this away for free, you see, when people pay, they pay attention.
Period.
And if you're not willing to invest in your own self to fix your own credit, I don't believe you should get them.
You know what? And any online coach or influencer or any community leader espouses that same belief there. You got to pay to play.
When
That's
you
the way I
pay,
put
you
it. You
pay
gotta-
attention.
period.
There's a lot of people that get stuff for free and they do not cherish it. They do not respect it. And because it cost them nothing, it meant
Nothing to them. And so listen, ladies and gentlemen, definitely tap in with Durain. He's giving 30-day access to his course, okay? 2 ebooks, again, almost $2,000 worth of value here, all down to, literally pennies on a dollar. $47. All you have to do is type the word credit. If you did not catch the number, we're going to include it into the show notes. And more importantly, listen, as he just mentioned, he held a 3-hour masterclass on permissible purpose. I know you always have a lot of things going on. You're traveling, you're networking, you're speaking. So if there's, before we wrap up, you want to share with the audience any future projects, any future events you're going to do, where they can catch you, also how they can follow you.
I got a lot of stuff.
Go ahead. Let's share with the
So
audience.
my social medias, they can just type in Daraine Delevante.
Okay.
So that's DARAINE Type that in everywhere. My website will pop up. Facebook, Instagram, I think my Twitch, all of them will pop up. Right.
Beautiful.
The next thing is I have a challenge coming up. So every month I do a challenge. Okay. 1 month is for consumers, where I teach them how to delete anything from their credit reports. And then the next one is for credit repair business owners, teaching them how to scale their business. So depending on when they're watching this episode, all they got to do is come to my website, DaraineDelevante.com. They'll see which one is going on.
Right.
And if they're a consumer that wants to start a credit repair business, they can tap in. If they're a credit repair business owner that want to learn how to be a CEO, because a lot of credit repair business owners created a job for themselves.
That's all they did, yeah.
I'm independent, but I'm independent now with my own job.
Right.
If you want, like, I'm here now, my business is still running.
That's a true CEO. That's a true founder of a company, right?
CEO is not supposed to be stuck behind a desk. You pay a team to do that, because if I was doing that, I wouldn't be having this
You
conversation.
couldn't network. You couldn't build. You couldn't
Because I would
grow.
have been worried about sending out emails and answering text messages and putting social media posts.